Hey there, and welcome to my answers for Sean Ershen's James Bond tag. And Sean, I gotta say before I start this off, what a fantastic idea, man. Really genius. I have gotta say that there was actually quite a bit of James Bond films that I did not know that there were so many. And there was maybe a handful that I did not see, and I'm glad I went and watched those. And I still have to watch from World's Not Enough and up, but I have seen those ones before, so I kind of just left them off for now. I will watch them again. But I basically realized that I had everything written down except for favorite James Bond line. So all I did was go back to one of the older ones that I really liked, and I picked one of those ones. Either way, you asked us 13 questions, and I did throw in the bonus question from Brad from Bronco Juggalo because I just loved his question, so I threw that in here too. So there's 14 questions, and I'll start with the first one here. The first question is favorite James Bond gadgets, and I'm gonna have to say that submarine car that Q made, man. I fell in love with that car. I always did. I always thought it would be so cool to actually have a car like that. And I also really liked the film The Spy Who Loved Me as well, so I thought it was good where it came from in that film. The second question is favorite Bond villain. And I got kind of two here, guys. There are a few that are really good, but two that always pop into my head is Blofeld. There's like 5 different actors that play Blofeld, and I like that because he keeps changing up his face. And I like his character. He always has the cat, it's pretty good. And the other, I'd have to say, would be Goldfinger, just because this guy's like maniacal, man. His ideas, the way he acts, everything is just evil about him, and I love that. The third question is favorite James Bond car. And I'm going to have to say the Aston Martin DB5 modifications from Goldfinger. Absolutely love that car. It looks like it drives like a dream. And that's not including all the cool gadgets part of this car too. But I really loved the look and the sleekness of the Aston Martin DB5 in that film. Now, the fourth question is favorite actor to portray James Bond. And I really do enjoy watching Roger Moore, and the other is Sean Connery. I don't mind the other guys; they're not too bad, but those are my two favorites out of the bunch that they have. Favorite Bond girls. Now this was kind of hard for me. There's quite a bit that have their uniqueness about them, but the one that I kind of liked from the beginning was Dr. Goodhead from Moonraker. I found she actually she did fighting and whatever else. She was a pretty good hot-headed woman, and I really liked her character. Question 6: favorite action scene in a James Bond film. Now, there's kind of two that I like, but I'm gonna go with the first one here. The underwater fight scene in Thunderball. I found was a very unique scene where they're all in scuba gear and they're all fighting it out and stuff under the water. I really enjoyed that. I thought that was cool. And the other I'm going to give a mention to would be the space fight scene with the lasers and stuff. They're all shooting lasers at each other. Kind of look like a Star Wars film a little bit, or some kind of 80s sci-fi film. And I really enjoyed that scene as well. That was kind of like a uniqueness in the James Bonds because you don't really see them fighting in space or underwater too much. I know there is a lot of underwater scenes, but not like the one from Thunderball. Question 7. Favorite plot in a James Bond film? And I'm going to have to go with Moonraker and Goldfinger because Moonraker, that was just brutal. He wanted to wipe out humanity basically and create his own and live underneath his rule. So I thought that was pretty brutal. And Goldfinger, I think, was a complete maniacal genius idea for the gold, radiating the gold for 50 years and finally have the gold be more expensive than what it is type deal, and it'd be all his. I really thought that was great. Now, for the next question, I know it's going to be very unpopular for me on this, but who would I pick to play the next James Bond? Now, I always thought he would be a cool actor for a Bond, and I know he doesn't really have the Bond look, but I still think he would be awesome as a Bond, and that would be Jason Statham. I just love the way this guy acts. I like everything that he's in, even the small roles that he's had, like in Italian Job and the Mars film there. I'm sorry, guys, I'm blanking out. The Mars film that John Carpenter made there. He had a small role in that. Either way, yeah, Jason Statham. Now, question 9 is, what is your favorite James Bond film? And I'm going to have to say, guys, it's Live and Let Die. I just absolutely love that song, and I love the whole storyline, plot, and everything in Live and Let Die. I just thought it was fun overall, and I love the atmosphere of the film. And yeah, Live and Let Die is answer for question 9. Now, question 10 is, what is the most underrated James Bond film? And I'm going to have to say On Her Majesty's Secret Service from 1969. I thought the film was pretty damn good. I wasn't expecting the storyline of it, and the very ending of it, to see James Bond actually break out of character, because he usually plays like a cold-hearted, cynical man, and to see him just break down and cry and show emotion and just, it just blew my mind, and I really enjoyed that. Question 11 is, what is the worst James Bond movie? And this was really hard, guys, because I do like them all, and there's a lot that I love. So I went with one that I hope is okay, and it's the Casino Royale from 1967. It's a spoof of James Bond, and they are called James Bond in the film. I just didn't like the way that the whole thing was done, and I wish it never existed. So I'm going to have to throw that there, and I do hope that's okay. Question 12 is, favorite James Bond theme song? Now, guys, I'm going to have to say Live and Let Die, just because I love Paul McCartney and Wings and Beatles, and I love all of that. And to have the Live and Let Die theme kind of almost through the whole damn film, which I really loved. I thought it really helped the film along so good, and maybe that's why I liked it so much. And yeah, Live and Let Die. Love that. Question 13. Final question from Sean Erschen, and then I'll do my bonus question. Now, question 13 is, favorite James Bond line? Now, this was hard because there's a lot of lines I love. I really do. There are some that I couldn't put in here because it was just too vulgar or whatnot, but either way, the scene where, I forget the film, guys, and I do apologize, and I know you guys will know exactly what scene and what film I'm talking about. And it's where James Bond, he's going to see a weapons specialist, and I forget exactly where it was. I think it was like Egypt or wherever, but either way, he was pointing a gun at his crotch there, and he was like, so speak or forever hold your peace. And I just bursted out laughing, guys. I thought that was hilarious. And it just, every now and then when I come to think about that scene, I just laugh there. So that was one that stuck with me. And like I said, there is so many others, like Pussy Galore telling him her name there, and Bond is like, I must be dreaming. There's so many, guys. Either way, the bonus question from Bronco Juggalo is favorite villain henchman. And I do apologize, but there's 3 that I really enjoy. I know you wanted 1, but I got 3 here, and it goes in this order. Odd Job, I love Odd Job. I think it's pretty cool. He has quite a bit of parts in this film, in the film that he's in, and throwing the hat is just funny. But yeah, he's kind of a favorite of mine in that film. I don't know what it is, but I kind of like him. And the second one would be Knick Knack. I just love this little guy. I watched a lot of reruns of Fantasy Island, and I love that show. And to see him on here, like basically being an evil of himself from Fantasy Island. It was like watching Fantasy Island. Instead of it being Ricardo Montalban, it was Christopher Lee, and they were both wearing like white suits, and it reminded me so much of like a Fantasy Island mixed with Bond. It was funny. And I really liked Knick Knack. He was a very evil little dude in that. And the third favorite villain, I'm gonna have to say, would be Jaws. I really like Jaws. He played off his role pretty good, especially in the first film he was in as Jaws, and then I liked him in the second film right after, where he plays Jaws again, where he falls in love with the girl, and I just always wondered what happened to Jaws. Did he float out into space, or did he eventually land to Earth, crashing and dying, like exploding? I have no idea. But yeah, that's going to be it for this, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and thanks for your time. Thanks for watching. Sean Erschen, man. This was genius. I had so much fun revisiting all the Bonds, and this was great. And if anybody is watching this, you are tagged if you want to do it, that is. And yeah, it's very fun. It's Bond, James Bond. And I had a good time with it. So, y'all take care. Thanks for watching. Ciao.